Hello everyone. In today's video of chapter solid state, I am going to talk about number of particles and unit cells in x gram of metal crystal and some crystal defects. Let's start. Number of particles and unit cells in x gram of metal crystal. Suppose one metal is given in gram and suppose it is x gram. So we all know rho is equal to mass upon volume, or density is equal to mass upon volume. And if you are replacing mass, it would be number of particles in unit cell multiplied by molar mass upon volume of upon Avogadro constant multiplied by volume of unit cell. And on replacing with their symbols, we will get rho is equal to n multiplied by n upon a cube multiplied by Avogadro constant. On restructuring this formula, we would be getting the molar mass formula. And if you want to talk about the number of particles in x gram of metal, then you can directly calculate with this formula, which is x multiplied by n upon rho a cube. X is the mass which is given in gram in the numerical, n number of particles in unit cell, rho is the density, and a cube, you can say it is the cube of your edge length given of a unit cell. Number of unit cell in x gram, directly you can calculate with the help of formula x upon rho a cube. And the last, number of unit cells in volume V of metal. So number of unit cell would be calculated by the formula V upon a cube. The three formula which are very important is the formula number 1, number of particles in x gram, which is x n upon rho a cube. Second formula for calculating number of unit cell in x gram is x upon rho a cube. And the third one is number of unit cell in volume V of metal, which is V upon a cube. Now let's talk about crystal defects or imperfections. The real naturally occurring crystalline substances do not have perfect crystal structures. They have some disorders, or you can say they have some irregularities in the stacking of atoms. Such irregularities in the arrangement of constituent particles of a solid crystal are called defects, and the another name of this irregularity of constituent particle in a solid crystal is also called as imperfections. Defects are created during the process of crystallization. We can say that ideal crystals with no imperfections or defect are possible only at the absolute zero temperature, and above this temperature no crystalline material or no crystalline solid would be 100% pure. They contain imperfections or defects. Whatever be the nature of crystal defect, electrically neutrality of the solid is maintained. It is not like that after defect the metal crystal would be having positive or negative charge due to the missing of positive or negative ion. After having defect in a metal crystal, it is very much you can say natural that the electrical neutrality is maintained. And sometimes it is very much obvious nowadays that metal crystal defect used to be created intentionally or deliberately so that we can manipulate the physical property of crystal and we can acquire the desired property of crystal. Now, what are the types of defects? Defects are of three types: point defects, line defects, and plane defects. And here in this chapter we are only going to talk about point defects. Now, point defects. These defects are irregularities produced in the arrangement of bases at lattice point in crystalline solid. There are three major classes of point defects. Number 1, stoichiometric point defects. Number 2, impurity defect. And number 3, non-stoichiometric point defects. Now we are going to talk about stoichiometric point defects. Stoichiometric term. First of all, I am going to tell about this term about the chemical formula of any chemical compound used to show us the fixed ratio of number of atoms, or you can say in any compound cation or anion. Within the chemical formula there is a fixed ratio in between the elements, and this fixed ratio is the stoichiometric of the compound. In stoichiometric defect, the stoichiometry remains unchanged. That means the ratio between the atoms present in a chemical compound remains unchanged, and the compound remains same as represented by the chemical formula. There are four types of stoichiometric point defects. Number 1, vacancy defect. Number 2, self-interstitial defect. Number 3, Schottky defect. And number 4, Frankel defect. Now let's talk about vacancy defect. Vacancy defect. During crystallization of a solid, a particle is missing from its regular side in a crystal lattice. This missing particle creates vacancy in the crystal structure. Thus, some of the lattice sides are vacant because of the missing particle. As you are seeing in the diagram, there are two vacancies created because of the missing of the particle from their lattice point. This kind of defect, where you will not be seeing any particle on its lattice point and you are seeing vacancy over there, such defect will be called as vacancy defect. Vacancy defect can also be developed when the substance is heated. Now, due to the absence of particles on their proper position, the mass of substance would be decreases and the volume will remain unchanged. That place remain blank, but the volume remains same. As a result, what will happen? The density of the material of the substance would be decreasing also. Now, self-interstitial defect in elemental solid. Interstitial sites in a crystal are the spaces, or you can say the space in between the particle or void between the particles at the crystal at the lattice points. When some particles of a crystalline elemental solid occupy the interstitial site in a crystal structure, it is called as self-interstitial defect. Like you are seeing in the diagram, in this void this particle is there. If it is a proper solid without any defect, this particle should be absent here. There would be proper void. But this particle is the extra particle and which is occupying the interstitial site or the void of a crystal and making any crystalline solid defective. This is the first type of, you can say, self-interstitial defect, where one extra, or you can say there one more extra, so many extra particles you are seeing which are occupying position in interstitial site. Now another thing, the second kind of interstitial defect is particle is leaving its proper position or lattice point and it is occupying interstitial site. When such case arise, it is also coming in category self-interstitial defect. And it is interesting to note that in this second case, because of the displacement of particle, what is happening? One vacancy is creating, and at the same time it is also capturing the void or interstitial site within the crystal lattice. So it is a combination of vacancy defect and self-interstitial defect. This defect preserves the density of the substance because there is neither loss or gain in mass of the substance. Now, Schottky defect. Schottky defect occurs in ionic solids. In an ionic solid, equal number of cation and anion are missing from their position in a crystal lattice, creating vacancies as you are seeing in the diagram. Here you are seeing one negative ion is missing from this side, as well as one positive sign is also missing from another side. So if one positive ion is going out or missing, one negative ion will also disappeared. It means that the vacancy created by the loss of cation is always accompanied by the vacancy formed by the loss of anion. There are some conditions for the formation of Schottky defect. Schottky defect is found in ionic compounds where you will see there is a high degree of ionic character. There would be high coordination number of anion, and the size of cation and anion would remain almost same. The ratio of radius of cation is to radius of anion is not very far, or you can say there is not far below unity. What are the consequences of Schottky defect? As the number of ion decreases, mass will decrease. Volume will remain unchanged. Because mass is decreasing, density will always be decreasing. The number of missing cation and anion is equal, so electrical neutrality of a compound would be preserved. Such kind of defect we can see in sodium chloride, silver bromide and potassium chloride also. Now let's talk about Frankel defect. Frankel defect arises when an ion of ionic compound is missing from its regular lattice site and occupies interstitial position between the lattice point. See, this positive charge is occupying the position in interstitial site and its regular position is right here. So the cations are usually smaller than anions during this Frankel defect, which is occurring in a crystal, and cation, that is why occupying the interstitial state very easily. It is easier for smaller cation to accommodate the interstitial sites or space. It is very important to note that smaller cation displaced from its normal site and occupies space in interstitial space. So it is creating vacancy on the normal site or on lattice point, and it is occupying the position in the void or in interstitial site. So it is also a combination of the vacancy defect and interstitial defect. Now what are the conditions of the Frankel defect is, it is occurring in ionic compound where you will see there is a huge difference between the size of cation and anion. Cation should be smaller in size. The ion of ionic compound must be having low coordination number. What are the consequences of Frankel defect? As no ions are missing from crystal lattice as whole, the density of solid and its chemical properties remains unchanged, and the crystal as whole remain electrically neutral because equal number of cations and anions are present. You will see such kind of defects in zinc sulfide, silver chloride, silver bromide, silver iodide, and in calcium fluoride also. So this is all about Frankel defect, and we are done with point defects. We are done with stoichiometric point defect. Thank you.